You know I had to do it. It is week 7 math overview. We are looking at day 1, subtracting mixed numbers. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the whole numbers themselves first, and we're going to subtract those, and then we're going to work on our fraction subtracting. There we go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take 3 and minus 2, or take 2 from 3. So go ahead and try and work that out. Give you a little bit of time. So you should have figured it out by now. It is 1, and I kept it as 1 1/4 because over here we have 3 1/4, so I've kept it as 1 1/4 minus 1/3. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to model these as area models, and so what I'm going to do is I have my first area model cut into fourths, and I'm going to subtract that by 1/3. So I've gone ahead and modeled those for you, and then I put an equal sign, but we're not going to tell you what it is yet. So the first part I'm going to have is 1/4 colored in, and then I have 1/3 colored in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer my lines. So you see these horizontal lines right here, they're going to run along this first model, and then these vertical lines are going to go onto this model. So I'll just go ahead and show you what that looks like right now. And from what I can see, there is 3/12 here and 4/12 over in this area model. So if I have 3/12 and I'm trying to take away 4/12, I'm not going to be able to do that. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to model this 1 as an entire whole, and I've made it green so that way it matches those colors. My apologies, I had to make sure my dog was okay, and he's fine. He's just whining. So what I've done from there is I've noticed that because this one is an entire whole, I'm going to take away from this entire whole my 4 boxes, or my 4 blue pieces on my area model. So we have taken away the first piece, the second piece, third piece, and the fourth piece. Alright, so what we have created here is we've made it so that all the pieces are equal. All the pieces have the same exact amount, the same exact size, so all of them are 12ths. So I've taken 4/12 from 1 whole 12th, so 12/12. So what I'm left over with is going to be my answer. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 12ths on the first one, and then 9, 10, 11 12ths remaining all together. So I have 11 12ths, and I'm going to represent that in a different color because I just wanted to make sure that if you had green, you took away some blue, then you're left with yellow. And so that one is now 11 12ths. Let's go on to the next one. If you feel like you can do this one by yourself, you may go ahead and pause the video, or make sure that you get to the end of this part at least, so that way you know that you can do this by yourself. But I'm going to go ahead and go through this. If you want to press pause, you may, but I'm going to keep going on. So I have 3 2/3 minus 2 3/4. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, address my whole numbers. So I'm going to have 3, and I'm going to take away 2. And that one comes up with 1 2/3. Remember, I'm going to take my 2/3 from this remaining piece, and I'm going to just add it on to that first part, and then I'm going to take away 3/4 from that. So again, I'm going to model what this looks like. I've taken my first piece and I've cut it into thirds, and I'm going to subtract that by fourths. So this one looks a little familiar from the last one, but for the most part it's a little bit different, especially when we talk about shading in, because the first one wants us to shade in 2/3, forgot about the equal sign, 2/3, and the other one wants us to shade in 3/4. Oops, that poor little fourth, it got away from me. So I have 2/3 minus 3/4. So again, I'm going to transfer my lines from this model to this model, and of course the vertical lines from this model to this model. So I have this one over here, and this one over here. And again, I'm good. This poor little model is having a day. So again, I'm going to cut them up into equal amounts because I want to make sure that they can be subtracted by each other in equal amounts, because you don't want unequal amounts. So for the most part, I see that there is more over here than there is over here. I have 8/12 over here, whereas I have 9/12 on the other model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to represent my 1 as an entire 12th. And I noticed that if I have this big old piece, I'm going to take away this big old piece from over here. So watch. I'm going to go ahead and X on the first one, X on the first one, and then I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to take away 9 for sure. So I put a giant X there because I know that I'm not going to put in 9 X's because it's just way too much work, and I don't want to put that much work into it. You could put a circle there, like circle and then cross it out, but I mean, it's for the same thing, you're going to have the same information. So I'm going to take away 9 from my whole, and when I do that, I'm going to have this little row left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start counting up, because this is how much I have left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my goodness, we have 11/12 again. Now I don't want you to go through the work thinking that it's always going to be 11/12, 11/12 is 11/12. You have to make sure that you go through the process, you understand how this works in order to get your answer. You're going to take your bigger piece away from this whole because it makes it a lot easier to count up whatever's remaining. Because if you try and do it here, I mean, you could, and then you can see that there's 1x here that you're going to have to add on. But for the most part, I'm making it super simple on myself to do this math. All right. But there are some ones that are a little bit harder, so I'll go through, I think, one example of those. I have 17 1/5 minus 2 5/8. And even if you feel like you're super comfortable with this, it's okay, just work alongside with me while I go through this. So again, I'm going to take away my whole numbers, and I have 17 minus 2, which is going to give me 15. So I have 15 1/5 minus 5/8. Now in my brain, I already know that 5/8 is a lot more than 1/5. So if you want to use this as an area model, you can. I'm going to use this with actual numbers because it made it a little bit easier on me. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 15 and realize that it's made up of, I mean, multiple different parts. But for the main thing for this math, I'm going to separate it into 1 and whatever's remaining, whatever's left over. So I have 14, because 15 minus 14 is going to give me 1. And then I'm going to represent that as a fraction. So whatever fraction that we have, whenever it is 1, it is the same number on the top as it is on the bottom. And I'm going to make sure that it matches up with this fraction, so that way I can add it to it a lot easier. So I have 5/5 in this case that I'm going to add to 1/5, and then I'm going to subtract by 5/8. So I'm going to focus on this part right now. I'm going to go ahead and find that it's 6/5 minus 5/8. And then again, from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use numbers, because looking at my factors, my family factors of 5, looking at my family factors of 8, I can't think of any number small enough that's going to be divided by 5 as well as 8 that's going to be any less than 5 times 8, which is going to give me 40. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, use numbers and cross multiplication for the most part to find out what these two are going to be. So I have 5 times 8, which again is 40, and then 8 times 6, which is going to give me 48, and 5 times 5, which is going to give me 25. So I'm going to have 48 40ths minus 25 40ths. So from here, if you can do the math, if you can go and subtract straight across and figure all that out, it's fantastic. However, my brain works a little bit differently. It works what's known as vertically. So I have stacked my numbers, or stacked my fractions, excuse me, to make sure that I could subtract that a little bit easier. So I'm going to pretend that that 40 is not there for right now. And I'm going to focus on my 48 minus 25. So I have 8 minus 5, which is going to give me 3, good, and 4 minus 2, which is going to give me 2. So when I'm done with this, I have 23 40ths. Now I'm not completely done with this because I have to make sure that I bring over this 14 because it's what's left over from that 15. And if you have 23 40ths as your answer, you're not getting your complete answer. You have to remember to bring this little guy over, to bring over your whole number. So that is it for today's lesson. If you do have any questions, please make sure that you contact me in some way, shape, or form. Please also remember that we do have Zoom meetings set up at certain times, so you're going to want to check for that. Other than that, have fun. Happy May 4th. Happy Star Wars Day. And I will see you guys tomorrow.